So it's late in the year, it's getting really cold now, so it's high time to winterize the outboard. That's not a big thing allegedly, so let's go for it. We need fogging spray, the right gear oil for our engine, fuel stabilizer and penetrating oil. Any brand will do, I just bought what I could find. The first thing I do is put some fuel stabilizer in the tank. Then I take off the cowling. By the way, if you're wondering what that wooden construction is all about, that's for a future video. If you're curious, why don't you subscribe? The engine must never run dry. I solve this with a barrel of water. I start the engine, then I spray fogging spray into the carburetor until the engine dies. In my case that was almost immediately. Now the spark plugs are unscrewed. Maybe some WD-40 and an extension of the lever is necessary. But be careful not to dent the cowling. On this occasion I noticed that my spark plugs have had it. The distance between the electrodes should be 0.8 mm, but this is easily twice as much. Through the spark plug holes, fogging spray is sprayed into all cylinders. Then the possibly renewed spark plugs are screwed back in. Lastly, I give the engine a good wiping. When everything is ready, you should put the engine into vertical position so that all the water runs out. But we'll have to do that anyway, because now the gear oil has to be changed. On the one hand, this should be done regularly anyway. And on the other hand, some water could have gotten in and that could cause problems during winter. There are two slotted screws on the lower unit of the outboard motor. After I placed a more or less suitable container under the outboard, I first unscrewed the upper and then the lower screw. And then the oil runs out. The lower screw should have a magnet to catch floating metal parts. That's not the case here, so I might have to get another screw occasionally. You should also change the gaskets. This one looks good though. By the way, gear oil stinks. When it has run completely out, it is time to refill the oil. The tube is attached to the lower hole and then the oil is pressed into the engine from below. I had read on the internet that for my, or better Svenno's, 30 horsepower Evinrude, one tube should be enough. Unfortunately, that was not the case, so I had to screw the screws back in again and drive around to get another tube, so I repeated the procedure. When the oil comes out again at the upper hole, it is enough. To prevent the oil from running back again, the upper screw is screwed in first, while the tube is still held in place at the bottom. Then quickly remove the tube and screw in the lower one. It has nothing to do with the engine, but I unscrewed the drain plug from the boat hull so that the boat won't turn into a bathtub if some water gets in over winter. So that's it for now. I hope we all learned something, and please subscribe to this channel. You can do that down here, or look at any of the other videos, and see you next time. Bye bye.